You're listening to the Daily Nugget, dnugget.com for Jesus Religious Sunday. It is July 21st, 2024. Woo! Janelle, may the 24th be with you.
You didn't even get the date right that time.
I was trying to say 24th. You're right. I can only do it on days that end with 4 from now on.
Or only May 4th.
Your thoughts, Jen?
I'll take the latter for 500.
I don't know what ladders have to do with it, but continue.
Never mind.
I'm lost. I don't know, but good day to you, sir.
Well, if you're looking for a ladder, apparently Jen has it. Awesome producer Sam is here too. It is Jesus Religious Sunday, and it's a video daily double. Are you ready? You ready, kids?
Yes.
Here we go. All right. So this is a guy talking about his experience at a church when he was younger. I love it. I love it. There we go. All right. Ready. Here we go.
Church, we did not speak in tongues, but we were open to the idea of speaking in tongues. And that Sunday morning, I sort of knew I was going to do it because I'm dramatic. And in the middle of the service, I said out loud, Shamala, Hamala. And everyone around me was like, oh my God, it's happening. And everyone started saying, Shamala, Hamala. And I was sort of like, you guys are just copying what I'm saying. But now we're all crying, saying, Shamala, Hamala. And my pastor said it was the language that angels spoke. And I imagined the scene in heaven where the angels were like, what's up, Jesus? Shamala, Hamala. And my...
Shamala, Hamala to you as well. Jen, I saw you shaking your head. You don't believe?
Should have bought a Honda. Should have bought a Honda.
That's right.
I had a dad that went. I had a dad. That was weird. My dad. I had a mom. My dad's still alive, and so they went to a fundamentalist church for a little while, or a Pentecostal church, and they were really pressuring my parents. They're like, "We love that you're here. We think you love Jesus, but you just need to speak in tongues."
Wow. And
so they would give them and then they were told not Shamala Hamala, but just say should have bought a Honda. So that was my parents' experience with it.
Well, that's a shame, actually, because there's evidence of the Holy Spirit and you can be filled without speaking in tongues. It's actually a gift. But if you don't have the gift, you shouldn't try to force it onto people.
I don't know. This may be a little bit of a controversial opinion. Well, I'll just tell you what my experience is. Okay. I don't think I've ever met somebody that has the gift of speaking in tongues.
That you know of.
Right. Like, what are the other, I'm trying to think what the other gifts are.
Most of the time, you're not in a setting where you would know.
Right. So the gifts of the Spirit, wisdom, understanding. I just Googled this and it was in First.
You don't know anybody with wisdom.
Not on this podcast.
Hey.
Jen's like, I'm the only one.
I'm pretty sure it's pretty good wisdom the other day when I said dogs should not have cleavage. That was pretty wise.
Well, that is the most quotable thing ever, and I will certainly add it.
I stand by it.
Things kind of like, nope, that's not the right one. That one right there.
Healing, the gift of prophecy, the gift of speaking in tongues, the gift of interpreting tongues is another one.
Mm-hmm.
Teaching. So apostles, prophets, teachers, those who do miracles, the gift of healing, and those that have the gift of leadership, and those that can speak in unknown languages. That's according to 1 Corinthians 12.
There we go. Thank you, Janelle. Thank you for bringing that back in. Yes. So here's the thing. I feel like I haven't seen a lot of these. And you feel like, I've been on this earth for a long time. Like, have you met anybody that has the gift of healing?
Well, there are some churches that claim that they do.
Right, claim.
Yeah. Again,
Oh, go ahead.
we don't know what's in a man's heart and the motivations of it except for the Lord. So, I mean, I would hate that that's something that they lie about or just put on, pretend to think that they have it and then they don't. But there are some that do.
Our pastor tells a story about a guy that he knows that he believes has the gift of healing. He's a doctor. So it's I'm not going to go into the whole story, but he talked about it in a sermon, a couple months ago. Actually, no, he did. I feel like he talked about it when we were going through 1 Corinthians last year. But yeah, I think, I don't know, the gaffs. That was a gaff. The gifts of the spiritual gifts are kind of one of those things that are just kind of almost controversial in some places, and then a little bit too prominent and almost an idol in some churches. So
what you're saying is kind of like, I'll see you in heaven. We'll find out in heaven.
Well, I can't wait to find out both of if that girl, if I actually will see that girl in heaven, and then also her spiritual gift of rejecting me. Thanks, Jen. Thanks for ripping off that
I want to be
Band-Aid.
there when you find out. Yeah.
Oh,
Thanks.
yeah. Please, when you get there, please gather us all.
Like,
We would all like to look down upon her.
Nuggets here.
let me introduce you to all the women that rejected me throughout my life before I got
Oh,
married.
dude, that's a long line.
It's gonna take a while.
Oh, son.
So that is the Nugget. I don't know where else to go from here.
I don't either.
Well, I do. We can
Jen.
wrap this up quite nicely.
Okay, thank you. Go for it.
We can say what the end of 1 Corinthians 12 says, you should earnestly desire the most helpful gifts. But now let me show you a way of life that is best of all. It goes on to 1 Corinthians 13, where Paul says, if I have love, all of these spiritual gifts are nothing. It's like making noise with a clanging cymbal. So if it wasn't said to your parents in love, and for them to truly receive the gift of the Holy Spirit in the manner of speaking in tongues, it was just making noise.
There we go. Love.
Yeah.
Love. I love it. Let us know if you know. I would be interested, though, if you have a story about a spiritual gift, either that you have or maybe someone else.
Well, I think the real headline is that Janelle just called all Pentecostal churches clanging cymbals.
I didn't say that, Sam.
I don't think you had to, Janelle. I don't think you had to. NuggetHateMail@gmail.com. Somehow I got to the New Life version of 1 Corinthians 12. And the way they define speaking in tongues is, it says, another person is given the gift of speaking in special sounds.
Oh.
Special sounds.
Oh, I have the gift of farting.